Peace, love, and life, fam. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? I pray that you all are feeling amazing and that you are in good spirits. You have had an amazing, restful, or eventful weekend, and that you are ready to get your week started. Set those intentions today. Today is the day of the sun, Sunday. Sit back, relax, reflect, and think about everything that you need and want to happen this week. Set those intentions. So if you got to go to work tomorrow, I look forward to going to work tomorrow. I'm excited about going to work tomorrow. Even if you got a fucked up job, even if you got a POS boss, still put it out there. I look forward to going to work. I look forward to making money. I look forward to getting that paycheck at the end of the week. Speak it and put it out there. Don't say what you don't want, because when you say what you don't want, then you just bring in more of what you don't want. So if you got a job that you don't like, that you hate, and you always complaining about it, you're going to keep getting the same problems. I don't know why I felt led to say that. I really don't know why I felt led to say that, but I guess it needed to be said. So, with that being said, you guys, I pray that you guys have a great day today and you take that energy and bring that positive energy into the workplace, because you might be the change that that place need. You just might be the change. Some of y'all about to get a new job too. I see that already. I ain't even start reading the cards, but some of y'all about to get a new job. Period. But you need to pass this test. Whatever this test is that you're going through, you need to pass this test first, because if you're not grateful for what you have now, what makes you think that you're going to be grateful for what's to come? Because you're going to take that same ungrateful, complaining energy from this position to the next position. So always move in positivity. And that doesn't mean that you have to be a chump and let people walk all over you and take advantage of you and don't have boundaries. No, that's not what I'm saying. Just move in a positive energy, because at the end of the day, it's about you. It's about what you're trying to reflect. It's about what you, and whatever you reflect is what you manifest. And that's what karma really is. Karma is a reflection. So whatever you put out there, whatever you reflecting out there, it's gonna bounce right back onto you again, going back to the complaining. If you always complaining, you want to keep getting the same results. Some of y'all need to change your mindset. Some of you guys need to change the way you think and tell yourself a different story. Because from what I'm seeing right here, you guys are always in some type of cycle. There's a cycle that you're in or was in that that you're recently overcoming. I mean, you're gonna come out of this cycle, but you need to learn a lesson. So, you guys definitely have been through a lot, a lot, a lot of tremendous hardships, and you're guarded and you have your walls up, you have trust issues. But, I do see where you guys could be, healing. If y'all hear noise in the background, it is my boy cats. They are playing in the closet right when I'm in the middle of doing the video. I knew I should not have left this door open, because they are on some shenanigans. But any which ways, let's get back into the video. Now, before I get too deep into the messages, let me read off what's going on this week in the cosmos. We have some major transits happening. We have some cosmic shifts that are taking place that's going to affect us for a short time and for a long time. Now, the first one that I want to touch on is Saturn is in retrograde, and it's retrograding in the sign of Pisces. Once it goes direct, it's going to go back into Aries. So Saturn is going to be in Aries. So this again, I just said it earlier. A lot of you guys are overcoming some karmic cycles. Either you're about to overcome a karmic cycle, or you have overcome a karmic cycles. And when Saturn is in retrograde, that's that time for you to reflect on why this happened. Why did I allow this to happen? Maybe you didn't have strong boundaries, maybe you lacked boundaries, and maybe the lesson was you needed to learn boundaries. Maybe it was boundaries around your body and how you use your body or what you put into your body. It could be boundaries around money. Maybe you were overspending, or maybe you was just over giving. Maybe you was the go-to person. You probably, got fat pockets and you just a very generous person, and people probably came and took advantage of you. But from what I'm getting, you could just been an overspender and just, for whatever reason, you got yourself in a tiffy. And you just need to learn boundaries when it comes to how you spend your money or even how you earn your money. So, there could be some some walls that are up in regards to your spiritual beliefs, because Pisces is our spiritual sign, and Pisces can also dissolve boundaries as well. So again, you got to really think about why you got yourself in that situation. Maybe there was something that you wasn't seeing. Maybe there was something that you didn't realize, and like, aha, I got it. Now I see why this situation happened. Now I see why I got caught up. It could have been a relationship. Maybe you was in a relationship with somebody and they were taking advantage of you, and now that relationship is over and you're slowly recovering from this relationship. So, there is new love coming in for some of you guys. But before that new love come in, you need to overcome this up here. You need to learn the lessons of this right here, because Saturn is that planet of karma. Saturn is the planet of consequences. Saturn holds us accountable. So that's what this energy is doing as far as Saturn retrograding into Pisces. It is a karmic reflective time. Uranus is in Gemini. Mercury is retrograde I'm about to say the sign of Leo. So there can be conversations around romance at this time. Again, lessons being learned. What lessons have you learned? Some of you guys could have recently got, like just came through. Again, that's coming up too. Like, my cards are definitely reflecting the the energies as far as the planets and what's going on in the cosmos. Some of you guys could have, now this is what I'm getting. Some of you guys may have been single for a while, and there probably was a fear of, getting into a new relationship and moving on from the past and what happened from the past. So for example, somebody could have, or it don't matter if it's a long-term commitment, or just or you have went through a divorce, or you could just have been a type of person to attract the same type of individual over and over and over again. Like, you were dating, but you kept attracting the same type of energy. A different person, man or woman, different person, but the same energy. That could be something that you could be reflecting on during this time too. The types of people that you attract in, because I do see where new love is coming in. Either new love is coming in or a renewal. If you're in a relationship, there is a renewal of love coming in. So you guys, like, if you're in a committed relationship, things could have been rocky for you, for the individuals that are in committed relationships. Things could have been rocky as far as certain investments that you guys made. That could have been some, you guys just went through like a really, really dark time in your marriage, and you kept this hidden. You kept this, hidden from the world, as you should, because what you go through with your marriage is nobody's business. But if you've been going through a rocky time in your relationship, you're about to overcome that. Maybe there was some trust issues that happened with you or your spouse. You're going to release that, and you're going to find the strength in the will to overcome that and renew your love and commitment for each other. That can be a vacation. That can be a weekend getaway, a day trip, a staycation. It can be a actual vacation. It could be a vow renewal, just any whatever type of renewal that you guys want to have. You guys are going to have that. But for the single people, if you haven't been dating, you shut yourself off from dating. You shut yourself off from relationships. New love is definitely going to come in for you with the Four of Wands next to the Two of Cups. You've been reflecting on the past mistakes that you've made with men or women. That, if you deal with men or you deal with women, whatever, take what resonates. There was some things that, you kept investing in the wrong people and it kept failing. It just wasn't working out. But there was definitely some fears and some insecurities that that you needed to release. Some of you guys just simply needed to heal your inner child, because I got the strength card in reverse here. So some of you guys might have needed to do some shadow work as far as healing your inner child as well. So that could be for all of us. Really, all of us need to heal our inner child, if not most of us. But yeah, you guys definitely are going to get some type of offer, some type of opportunity in regards to love. I have two aces here. So the next person, single people, if you have been doing that inner healing and that inner work, the next person, when I tell you the next person that comes into your life, single people, you are definitely going to be, your head is definitely going to be on a swivel. You're not putting up with no types of drama, shenanigans, BS when the next person come in. I guarantee you that. Yeah, somebody might have gotten you before, but never again. I can hear y'all saying never again, never, ever, ever. But I feel like even if you feel like you're not ready to start dating again or ready to, put yourself out there, you are ready. But just make sure you have up those boundaries, okay? Not too strong to where you set up like Fort Knox and can't, or the Pentagon, and nobody can't get up in that mug. But you know what I'm saying? Healthy boundaries. But the next man or woman that comes into your life, they are definitely going to make you a serious and solid offer. Like this person, you probably have been like ghosted in the past, taken advantage of in the past. The next person that comes into your life, they're definitely physically, they're going to be your type. They're going to be financially stable too. And then they're going to be ready for a commitment. I mean, it don't get no better than that, single people. So yeah, that's what I got for that right there. Now, Neptune is in Aries, and also, like I said before, Saturn retrograding in a sign of Pisces, but then it's going to go back into Aries, and it's going to be joining Neptune in Aries. And this is a very, very significant transit, and it's never going to happen again in our lifetime. This cycle is going to last for the next 35 years. And I might do a separate video on that transit right there. I could talk about that transit all day, but I'm not. Saturn, I just said Saturn, what Saturn represent. And Neptune is the planet of spirituality. It's also the planet of creativity and healing. And Aries is the body. So there's going to be some major breakthroughs and shifts when it comes to medicine during this time. Some that we probably didn't even think was good. There's going to be some breakthroughs that's going to happen medically. So, just be on the lookout for that. Now, Mars is now in Virgo. So if you have placements in Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius, or Pisces, don't push things, especially if you have Virgo in your seventh house of relationships. So, again, that goes back to that energy that I was talking about with you guys. If you, have, had things going on in your relationships, if you had something going on in your relationships, you could have recently just went through something in your relationship that you're overcoming. Take this time to reflect and learn the lessons so that you guys can move on, move through this energy. And I mean, move through. Don't ignore it. Don't shut down. Some of y'all probably shut down on y'all partner, but If you have shut down on your partner, if you have put your partner in a doghouse, it's time to stop this. This is a childish thing that you guys probably do. Some of y'all could be very petty, because Virgo is a very petty sign. They can be very petty. So, stop punishing your partner. If you're going to, be with this person, learn how to compromise. This Two of Cups right here is a sign of compromise. You need to learn how to come to some type of compromise with your partner. If you're going to be with them, then be with them. Stop being petty and punishing that person. Okay. So yeah, same for the single people. There's some definitely karmic lessons that you need to learn and reflect on moving forward. Take the lessons that you learned from the past and going into your new relationship, make sure you learned them lessons so you won't repeat the same cycle over and over again. Now, Mars will be in a challenging aspect to those placements that I just called out. And if you know anything about astrology, Mars has the tendency to push outside our boundaries. Mars is the ruler of our temper and our ego. Again, that's going back to people in relationships. Make sure you keeping that temper and that ego in check. Being petty, punishing your person, keeping them in the doghouse, not wanting to compromise. That's coming from an ego place. And right here with the Leo strength card in reverse, I do see where some of you guys are letting go of that ego, or you're struggling to let go of that ego. But either way, if you want your relationship to be happy and harmonious, because it does have the ability to be harmonious right here with the Two of Cups, you need to let go of that ego and learn how to compromise with your partner. Okay. But yeah, definitely you guys are coming into your feminine energy, or healing or balancing your feminine energy. That's for all of us. Also, people with Mars in Virgo they make amazing hairstylists, chefs, or text preparers. I know a few people that have Virgo Mars, or have Mars in their sixth house, and they are. My ex had a Virgo Mars, and he's a chef. He's a good cook. He's a chef. They got good. They got good wood too. Men with Mars and Virgo, let me tell y'all something. They got some good wood, but they toxic. If they on their low vibration, they could be toxic. But I'm telling you, man, Virgo Mars men, they know how to put it down in the bedroom. But yeah, that's all I have for the Virgo Mars. Let's see what else we have going on. Transiting Venus and Uranus will make the exact conjunct before they enter into Gemini. Now, I should have wrote this down and I didn't. So my apologies, you guys. I'm a little unprofessional today, but y'all love me through it. This transit is already in range and in effect. So what does this mean? Transiting Venus and Uranus conjunct in the sign of Gemini. Uranus is the unexpected. Venus is love. Love events that don't usually happen can happen during this transit, especially if you have been single for a long time. Now, y'all remember, I just said single people. If you've been single for a while, that is about to change. You have new love coming in, a new opportunity for love, and a new opportunity to start dating again come in. Let me finish saying this, and then I'm going to land my plane, and I'm going to end the video for y'all. If you are thinking about your crush, or if you're scared to ask someone out, this energy can help out with that. This is a very powerful transit unless you're married or in a commitment. It is a possibility you could randomly meet the person of your dreams. Again, the transits and my cards are definitely coinciding with one another. The energy that I channeled here is definitely mirroring the transits. So again, single people. And let me tell you something about this transit. You never know, love, boy, makes things happen. Sorry about the bad singing, you guys, but that's the song that popped up in my mind when I think about that Uranus Venus transit. Unexpected love. So Unexpected love for the single people. I don't know. I might name this video that. I don't know. I don't know what kind of title I want to think about. But anyway, single people. And this transit isn't going to last long. And again, my apologies, because I should have jotted down how long this transit was going to last. But the energy is still here. The energy is very potent. The energy is still here. So you might, for single people who desire to be in now, if you are a single person and you don't desire to be in a relationship, I mean, good for you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with being single. Ain't nothing wrong with being solo. It is actually, it's an amazing thing. If you've chosen sovereignty and you chose to be single, that's great. That's amazing. Now also, if you're that person that chose to be single and you don't want to date anybody, man or woman, you might form new friendships, unexpected friendships, or business partners. So everybody can get a little bit of this energy. Okay. It's nobody can be left out, because this is a collective energy and this is an individual energy. So, hey, you might say, "Hey, I don't want to date. I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm okay with that. I'm at peace with that." You might form a new friendship, and that might be somebody that, maybe you can hang out with from time to time. You can travel with. Y'all might have certain, same interests and hobbies. But again, if you're a single person, listen, y'all, let me tell y'all something. Don't judge me when I tell y'all this. But the last time this transit happened, I did meet somebody unexpectedly. And we did had an unexpected, unexpected rendezvous. I'm going to just leave it there. But after we had that unexpected rendezvous, he ghosted me, y'all. He ghosted me. I was ghosted. I was ghosted. So, I mean, hey, it's what it is. But again, I had to really, and this is for me too, this is, I feel like I fit in to this energy when it comes to being single, because, I had to think about, why did I allow that to happen? Because the person that I got with, we went out on a couple of dates, and it was literally an unexpected relationship, and everything was going great. I mean, we was each other's type physically. Great conversation. We had a lot in common. We had made plans to do so many things together, and boom, it just felt natural. And then the next thing this person just switched on me. This motherfucker was a switch hitter. Boom, like they just they, and then I would still see that person from time to time, because we worked out at the same place, but it just wasn't the same after we had that unexpected rendezvous. And I'm like, ever since then, along with other past experiences, I have been heavily guarded. Like, just my walls have been up. I haven't been dating. I have had a lot of offers. I'm gonna tell you, I've had so many offers. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, why wouldn't I have any offers? I mean, what? I mean, duh. I ain't ugly. I'm not ugly. I ain't nowhere near ugly. I mean, I would say look at me, but you can't look at me because, I got the camera turned the other way. But I mean, shit. I mean, hey, of course I've gotten many offers since then, but none of those offers, they just wasn't, they weren't for me. They just, I was like, ugh. I hate to be that picky. I'm like, how the hell I'm this picky? I've gotten so picky at my old age. I'm an old girl. I'm almost 50. I'll be 50 in August. And at this old age, honey, I have gotten so picky. Just because a man come up to you, give you attention or whatever, don't mean you have to entertain them. So I'm just like, until the right person come along that I feel like is right for me, I'm not entertaining them or giving them the time of day. Back in my 20s and my 30s, a man asked me out on a date. I'll be like, okay, I'll go out with you. I'll go out on a couple of dates with you. Even if I didn't like them, even if they weren't my type, I would still probably just, date them or whatever. But now I'm like, I'm not even about to waste my time, my energy. I have other things to do other than, But enough of me. This is not about me, you guys. But I have had that experience with this transit. So, and I'm not saying that the transit has anything to do with my decision. I chose to do that. That was my choice. That was my free will. And that's nothing wrong with it. Was nothing wrong with it. We grown. We did what we wanted to do. But the aftermath of it wasn't worth it, because if I'd have known you was gonna act like that motherfucker, I would have never gave you the time of day. I was over there minding my own big head ass business on a treadmill, not even paying you no mind, and you came over there to me. You know what I'm saying? Fucking with me. But he was fine though, so he was fine. So I was like, yeah, let me see what he got. Let me see what he talking about. At first I was like, but then I was like, he seemed like a nice guy. But anyways, I don't know why I'm just thinking about that situation. I guess the reason why I'm thinking about that situation is because of this transit that's happening. And I'm reflecting. I'm in my own personal reflection, thinking about, my experiences, because we all have to hold ourselves accountable. This energy is also about us holding ourselves accountable. Again, y'all see how I'm talking about that past situation and how I'm reflecting, and how it started off great, it started off amazing, but then it ended sour. That is a part of me reflecting about why that happened, why I went through that, and a lesson that I needed to learn. And this is something that all of us could be experiencing during this time, whether you're in a relationship or whether you're single. This doesn't exclude me. I just wanted to share my experience with you guys so that you guys will know we all are human, and we all, go through things. We all have to face things. We all have lessons to learn. Even though I consciously chose to do what I did, still everything that happens on earth is reflected in the heavens. As above, so below. So again, this is the time for us to really reflect on what we went through in the past situations, seeds that were sown, opportunities that were lost. There are some things that were lost that either you're trying to recover from a traumatic situation, or you just have to let it go. This is why the two aces is here. You're overcoming something really, really dark and traumatic. Get in where you fit in. Okay? But there's definitely stability is coming in, new opportunity is coming in. And also when these opportunities come in, make sure you learned your lesson, and that you have up strong boundaries. Yes, you're guarded. You've been burned in the past. You've been burnt in the past. But make sure you have up strong, healthy boundaries, okay? Not them outrageous, not no outrageous boundaries. Some of you guys are going to get, like I said earlier, you're going to get a new opportunity in your, or a renewal in your relationship, your current relationship. So if you felt like things were over between you guys, or even if things weren't over, whatever you guys went through in your relationship, you guys are going to get another opportunity to come get through this and overcome this and have a renewal. But making sure you're learning the lessons from this and not making the same mistakes again. You're going to get the strength because you're releasing fears, whatever it is you just went through, whatever the fear of, like, going through it again or repeating again. There's a theme of fear here that you guys need to release. Maybe you felt like, I just don't know how I'm going to get through this. Y'all could have, like, for example, you could have went through a breakup, and you probably said for however long, you could have been, single for 2 years, 5 years, or even 10 years. And you're like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. I don't know how I'm going to overcome this. Now is the time for you to overcome this. You will regain and find the strength to overcome this. You're going to tap into some new passion and find there's going to be some fire that's going to be lit up under you, and you're going to find new passion. Some of you guys might find some new creative talents to start working into. Some of you guys might start working out. Some of you guys might find a new hobby. Something new is coming in for you guys. So if you're a married person and you're bored in your relationship, but you know you're not gonna leave that person, go find you a go get a life. That doesn't mean you're supposed to go cheat. That don't mean you're supposed to go cheat because you bored. You know you got a good man or a good woman, but you know they do this, this, and this. But that does not mean, that's not a Batman signal for you to go cheat. Go find you a new fucking hobby. Go do something to channel all of that energy, that frustrate that energy. If you're a man and your wife is not giving you what you need in the bedroom, it might not be because she don't want to, maybe because she's going through something, maybe she's going through some type of sickness or something. Physically she's not able to, give it to you in the bedroom like she normally do. That's only temporary. That don't mean that you need to go and find you somebody to entertain until she gets you that. No, that means that you need to go channel all of that sexual energy and put it into something positive. That's what that means. Not for your big head ass to go fucking cheat. Same for women. Women do it too, but more men than anything. But if you are in that situation where you're married and in a bedroom has been, just it ain't been moving, nothing happening, that's about to change. There's going to be some new passion that's going to be ignited in your relationships, in a bedroom. More fun, more excitement is going to start happening. But you got to do something too. You got to do your part. You got to, like I said, you guys have to release something, some fear or something like that. You have to do the shadow work. You have to, take accountability and acceptance of whatever happened. Let the past be the past. And for the single people, again, I'm about to end this video because I'm repeating myself at this point. That means that all the messages that needed to come out then came out. So let me land my plane. Single people, trust yourself. Because I feel like in the past you didn't trust yourself. You learned those lessons. You went through the dark night of the soul. You did some healing. You did some reflecting. If not, continue to take this time to do that. But when you will be all right. The next man or woman that come into your life is going to take you seriously. And they're going to have something to offer you. They're going to be your type. So I don't want you guys to worry. Like I said, make sure your head is on a swivel. Make sure you learned those lessons. Make sure you have up healthy boundaries. Make sure you're getting them people properly vetted. For the people that's in situations as far as the job, finances, you either are going to get a promotion on your job, one, or you're going to get a new opportunity at another job. Like you're going to get a new job, because I do see new coming in. So either a new job or a promotion, or somebody's going to give you a financial blessing because you've been going through like a difficult time. Maybe you made a bad investment and you probably lost a lot from that bad investment. You're going to overcome it. Or somebody's going to come and offer you some type of help or give you some type of financial miracle or some type of financial blessing to help you get through this financial loss. All right. So anyways, it's going on 30 minutes. Thank you guys so much. I know it's been a long video. For everyone that has stuck with me this far, thank you so much. I know I say this on a lot of my videos. I only got a few subscribers. I might get like 10, 15 views, but even if it's one view, if one person watches this, to the one person that watches this and sticks to the end, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Much gratitude to you. You are truly a real one. Thank you for your support. Thank you for listening. Thank you for stopping by. Make sure you hit the like button. If you love the vibe, consider subscribing. If you need any of my services, your chart analyzed or a reading, a spiritual reading. I don't like to call them tarot readings. Which I do use the cards. I don't need the cards, but I love to use the cards. But I just like to call them spiritual readings. So if you need any type of spiritual reading or anything like that, my website is www.indyglowlove.com. Indyglowlove, not LOVE. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day. I pray that these messages resonated for your greatest and highest good. Be good to yourself. Be kind to yourself. And you guys have an abundant and amazing day and week. All right, you guys. See you next time. Bye.